Leo, you are about to be struck by awe. A divine shift is preparing to shower so much abundance into your life, your coffers won't be able to contain it. And the person who tried to dim your light, yes, that one is about to confront the karma they never saw coming. This message has found you for a reason. You didn't stumble upon this video by chance. You were guided here by a powerful cosmic pull, by the whispers of the universe, by the energy of a magnificent new beginning that has been awaiting your command to enter. What if I told you that while you were rising from the ashes of a challenging time, the universe was orchestrating a spectacular comeback in your honor, and that everything you felt you lost, be it status, creative energy, opportunities, or time, is now returning to you with cosmic interest, Leo? You haven't just endured the shadows, you have illuminated them with your courage, and now the spotlight is calling you forward. Because when karma completes its cycle, it doesn't just restore, it magnifies. And for you, this next chapter isn't about getting even, it's about ascending. Perhaps you've been seeing repeating numbers like 11, or you felt an unseen force attempting to block your creative flow and drain your vibrant energy. Maybe you've been waking at dawn with a restless heart, sensing a major shift on the horizon, but unable to name it. That's not your imagination, that's your intuition confirming what's to come. Let this video be your sacred confirmation. What was unjustly taken from your kingdom is being returned through divine justice. This is more than a reading. It's a transmission of cosmic wisdom, a prophetic alignment, a soul-deep reminder that your magnificence was never lost, only held in reserve for the perfect moment. And Leo, that moment is now. The doors that once seemed sealed are now swinging open, and through them pours not just a flood of financial blessings, but undeniable proof of your sovereign power. You are not just about to receive, you are about to become a testament to what it means to rule your destiny. So before we proceed, I invite you, I urge you to anchor this powerful message. Pause. Take a deep, regal breath. And if you feel a fire igniting within your chest, a vibration of truth resonating with your spirit, know that this is your moment of declaration. Your words hold the power of royal decrees, and this moment is not mere entertainment. It is an energetic coronation in real time. Let me take a moment to thank you for your radiant presence here. Your energy, your attention, and your intention are powerful. Every like, every comment, every subscription doesn't just support this channel, it strengthens our collective of cosmic creators. It helps us continue to deliver messages that empower, enlighten, and inspire. And believe me, Leo, you will want to stay with me until the very end of today's video, because what the universe is set to unveil is more glorious than anything you have imagined. Now tell me, noble Leo, what brought you here today? What part of your spirit was calling for this message right now? Let's discover it together. Leo, this is where we begin to uncover the heart of the matter. This part of your reading doesn't just explain what happened, it illuminates why it happened, and more importantly, what it means for your soul's majestic evolution. The cards that have appeared, the Sun, the Five of Wands, Strength, Judgment, and the Ten of Wands, are not just random cards from a shuffled deck. They are chapters in your grand story, a mirror reflecting both your trials and your ultimate victory. Each card is a symbol not of defeat, but of divine recalibration. The conflict was never the end. It was the clearing of the stage for your next act. Let's talk about that period of struggle, of feeling uninspired or undervalued. The season where you may have roared in silence, maintained a courageous exterior, and commanded yourself to continue when every part of your being yearned for recognition and rest. These were not moments of weakness, they were a spiritual crucible forging you and freeing you from attachments that no longer served your highest purpose. That creative void created space, and now something far greater is being cultivated there. But what made this phase particularly challenging and painful is that the opposition wasn't always random. Someone contributed to your struggle, perhaps subtly, perhaps deliberately. It might have been someone you trusted, a rival in your court, a lover who felt threatened by your light, a colleague whose envy cast shadows on your brilliance. Sometimes, the ones who stand closest to our throne are the ones who try to usurp our power when we need it most. And it wasn't just about what they did, it was how their actions made you question your own radiance, your clarity, your very essence. But karma bows to no one, and the universe keeps a perfect record. The moment they attempted to diminish your sovereignty, they signed a contract with consequence. That contract is now being fulfilled not by your actions, but by the universal laws of balance. Just as shadows cannot exist without light, injustice cannot escape judgment. Their downfall is not your concern. Your only task is to ascend your throne. The Strength card appears not to signify a battle, but your innate power to overcome. What once felt like a betrayal is now being revealed for what it was, a forced removal of energy that has no place in the next chapter of your reign. And judgment arrives not with anger, but with clarity. It reminds you that restoration is not always loud or immediate, but it is always absolute. And when it comes in a way that cannot be ignored. This is the point where we must return to faith, not in others, but in the divine order of the cosmos. In the quiet moments between the challenge and the celebration, you are being fortified. This is where we connect deeply to the wisdom found in ancient texts. He restores my soul. That restoration isn't just spiritual, it's holistic, emotional, material, and cosmic. You are not just being lifted, you are being placed in the position of honor you have always deserved. This isn't about revenge, it's about release. It's about allowing the scales of justice to balance without your intervention and focusing your magnificent energy on where you are headed, not on who tried to hold you back. You are not here to carry the weight of their actions. You are here to carry the light of what is to come. So if you feel the urge to speak this into existence, make it your internal decree. Let the choice for light and divine order be your focus, not to fight the past, but to bless your future. Because Leo, you didn't come this far to play a small part. You came here to lead, and what you lost is nothing compared to what is about to pour into your life. Let it come. Let karma speak. Let your peace be restored. When Jupiter transits through your 10th house of career and public image, it doesn't just bring opportunities, it reactivates a sacred promise. For Leo, this promise often materializes after a period of quiet dignity, after choosing not to engage in petty battles even when someone tried to steal your spotlight. This phase marks a profound return, not just of recognition or missed chances, but of your personal power. The 10th house governs your legacy, reputation, and ambition. When a beneficial planet like Jupiter occupies this house, it opens a portal for the energy of expansion and acclaim. But the key here is that this expansion is not random. It is a direct response to the brilliance that has been overlooked, suppressed, or wrongfully claimed by others. If you've ever felt like an idea was stolen from you, a promotion you deserved was given to someone else, or a project you poured your heart into was unfairly criticized, this is the moment the tables turn. But you didn't chase or demand. You stood in your integrity. There is a quiet majesty in that, because choosing to maintain your honor while others play games is a spiritual act of faith in the grander cosmic plan. And now, that faith is about to reward you with dividends. Think of a star that appears dim behind the clouds. On the surface, its light seems faded, but it continues to burn brightly, waiting for the sky to clear. That clearing is now Leo, and the fruits of everything you have sown, your integrity, your passion, your unspoken prayers for recognition are ready to be harvested. Jupiter in the 10th house magnifies what you believe you are worthy of. So if you've been working to rebuild your confidence after a setback, if you've been affirming your own value even when others didn't, if you've been trusting the process when you had no proof it was working, then what's about to arrive is not just success. It's a reflection of your inner royalty. This kind of public recognition doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It flows into the space you've cleared. It lands in the hands of a leader who is no longer clenched in frustration, but open in readiness. And it often arrives wrapped in surprise, an offer you weren't expecting, an award you didn't apply for, a project that is revived, a door that was previously closed, now swinging wide open for you. The moment it appears, you will know. Your spirit will recognize it as something that always had your name on it. What's beautiful about this moment is that it's not about revenge or proving anyone wrong. It's about remembering who you are and what has always been yours to claim. Sometimes the most powerful victories are the ones where no one else sees the battle, only the coronation. That's what makes this next season so sacred. The acclaim pouring in is not compensation, it's confirmation. So if your soul is roaring yes, as you hear this, let it rise. Say it aloud and let it echo in your spirit. Let the declaration that you have sown light and now reap glory be your invitation to receive. You are not hoping anymore, you are reigning. And this time, Leo, your hands will not be empty. They will be full, and you will no longer wonder if the universe sees you. You will know without a shadow of a doubt that it has always been your most ardent admirer. When the Ace of Wands appears alongside the Six of Cups, it speaks not just of creative passion and nostalgic love, but of a soul connection, returning a flame from the past, ready to be reignited in a powerful new way. This is not about a fleeting romance or a superficial attraction. This is a union born from shared history, mutual admiration, and a deep, resilient bond. You, Leo, have walked through fire. You have known disappointment and the ache of a heart that gives more than it receives. And yet here you are, more radiant than broken, more open than guarded, more ready than you realize. That readiness is everything, because what's coming toward you isn't a repeat of the past. It's the reward for how you've grown. The person re-entering your life is not arriving to complete you, but to co-create with you. They too have learned from their journey. They too know what it feels like to have lost something precious. And it is that shared understanding that will create a love that feels both exciting and safe, passionate and anchored in truth. Astrologically, this kind of reunion often aligns with transits to your 5th house of romance or your 7th house of partnership, or a triggering of Sun and Venus placements in synastry. These alignments activate both heartfelt affection and joyful co-creation. This isn't just about falling in love again. It's about building a future together, inspiring each other, and creating a shared legacy of happiness. The Six of Cups is about a love that feels like coming home. It appears when something with true long-term potential is re-emerging, something that blesses not only you, but also brings joy to your inner circle. And what's even more powerful is how this love enhances, not overshadows your individual journey. You remain the star. You continue to shine. But now, you do it with someone who reflects your light, who fuels your fire, and who sees your past as the beautiful story that led you to this moment. The colors connected to this phase are more than just aesthetic. They are vibrational tools. Gold light activates your solar plexus, reminding you that you are worthy of a grand love and capable of sustaining it. Royal purple taps into your higher chakras, helping you connect on a spiritual level and manifest a love that feels destined. Fiery orange forms a vibrant aura around your energy field, keeping your passion alive and your heart courageous even in the thrill of this new beginning. Consider wearing or meditating with these colors as a way to align energetically with what's arriving. And if you've been feeling skeptical, if the word love makes you cautious more than it excites you, I want you to know that hesitation is not resistance. It's wisdom. It means your heart remembers how much it gave before, and that's okay. This time, you will be met with equal passion. This time, you will be celebrated, not taken for granted. This time, the love will feel like a creative collaboration, not a draining performance. Let this be your permission to believe again, not naively but boldly. Love isn't always a dramatic explosion when it returns. Sometimes it shows up in quiet understanding, consistent admiration, and small moments that rebuild trust over time. But rest assured, this love will change your life, not because you need it, but because you are ready to share your light with a worthy partner. If your heart feels even a flicker of yes, speak it aloud, anchor it with your voice, claim it with your will. And if you're called anchor, the intention of opening your heart to divine love and creative partnership, let it be your signal to the universe that you are no longer resisting what wants to bless you. Let it be the first step in letting in a love that builds, a love that inspires, a love that stays. Leo, if you've been sensing that something or someone is drawing you towards a new stage or a new adventure, it is not your imagination. That subtle nudge to say yes to an invitation to step into a new spotlight or to explore a new creative path is more than curiosity, it's a cosmic cue. When the world and the wheel of fortune appear together, they don't just suggest a change, they indicate a destined milestone, a moment of culmination where your free will intersects with divine timing. Something is unfolding behind the scenes, and it needs you to take your place center stage in order for it to be revealed. This next step may come in the form of an opportunity, an event, or a last-minute change of plans. It might seem small at first, a gathering you're hesitant to attend, a travel opportunity that disrupts your routine, a conversation that starts casually but quickly opens a door to something bigger. What you must understand is that movement is the language of destiny. When you change your environment, you shift your energetic field, you activate new timelines, and when you step out of your comfort zone, you make room for the accolades that have been waiting to find you. Astrologically, this transit reflects a major turning point, especially if it activates your 5th house of creativity and romance or your 11th house of community and long-term goals. There are cosmic coordinates guiding you toward an encounter that cannot happen unless you go. This is the magic of the World card. It signifies completion and a successful outcome, but it demands your participation. And the Wheel of Fortune reminds us that what appears as a stroke of luck is anything but random. The wheel turns when we are ready, not when we are perfect. There's also a deeper metaphor at play here. You are being moved not only across physical locations, but into a new identity. Every step you take toward the unknown is also a step into a more fully realized version of yourself. You are not just going somewhere, you are becoming someone. And often, the The stages that scare us the most hold the greatest rewards we've been seeking. You might meet someone during this journey who sees your true brilliance, who speaks to the part of you that has longed for an audience. You might receive news that shifts your financial trajectory. You might simply stand under a spotlight in a new place and feel a sense of belonging you haven't felt in years. Whatever form it takes, this experience will mark a turning point. You will look back and say, "That was the moment everything changed." This is the essence of energetic alignment. When we say yes to what expands us, we send a signal to the universe that we are ready not just to receive, but to evolve. This journey may not be about reaching a final destination. It may be about shedding who you were so that you can welcome who you're meant to become. So if a door opens, walk through it with confidence. If an invitation comes, accept it with grace. If your heart flutters at the thought of a new adventure, honor that. The excitement you feel is not a warning. It's a whisper from your future self urging you forward. If you feel this message in your spirit, say it aloud and feel it in your spirit. Let the declaration that you are ready to step into the spotlight to meet your destiny carry you into the unknown with faith, with clarity, and with the knowing that what awaits you is greater than anything you're leaving behind. You are not running away, you are being called forward. And when you answer, everything begins to shift. There comes a moment in every leader's journey where hesitation no longer serves. Leo, you've carried a vision, an idea, a project, a creative possibility for far too long to keep it behind the curtain. That brilliant seed inside you, that creative impulse you've been perfecting in silence, isn't just an idea, it's a whisper from your higher self. And now, as the magician aligns with the Ace of Pentacles, the message is unmistakably clear. It is time to begin. Not because everything is perfect, not because you're fully prepared, but because the energy is ripe, the universe is ready, and you, my dear Leo, are the master of this creation. The magician represents manifestation, willpower, and having all the tools at your disposal. It is not a subtle nudge, it is a powerful call to action. When this card appears in your reading, it dissolves self-doubt and illuminates the path that may have once felt uncertain. Pairing it with the Ace of Pentacles, a card of new tangible beginnings, prosperity, and real-world opportunity, tells a clear story. Your gift, when acted upon, has the power to change your material world. But it will not happen while the idea remains in your head. The transformation only begins once the seed is planted. This moment is not asking you to launch a massive empire overnight. In fact, it has the small, decisive steps that now hold the most power. A modest investment, a conversation with someone you trust, the purchase of a tool or resource you need to take the first leap. You're not being asked to conquer the world in a day. You're being invited to claim your next level of creative freedom. Because Ace of Pentacles energy is about grounded, tangible reward. This is not lottery luck. This is the kind of success that blooms because you finally decided to trust your own creative power. In astrology, this moment echoes the essence of a new moon, the start of a new energetic cycle, a rebirth of intention. In the zodiac, Leo is the sign of creative self-expression. So the question you must now ask yourself is, are you ready to live the truth of your potential? Are you willing to stop hiding your brilliance behind the curtain of perfectionism or procrastination? The sun does not wait for permission to rise. It simply knows that its light belongs in the world, and so does your vision. Energetically, this window is an open portal. The frequency is fertile. Manifestation flows more quickly when it's paired with aligned action. If you take even one step today, yes today, you will see ripple effects far greater than you expected. Whether it's the launch of a side hustle, the sharing of your creative work, or even the restructuring of how you earn and save, your willingness to act is the ignition switch. It tells the universe, I'm ready now, not later, not someday, now. And what's even more important to remember is this abundance is not just about money. It's about the feeling of waking up excited to build something that is uniquely yours. It's the peace that comes from knowing you are moving forward, not just thinking about moving forward. It's the inner glow that replaces anxiety when you align with your purpose. So if you're still asking when the right time is to begin, take this moment as your sign. Let this be the day you remember what your soul came here to create. And if your heart says yes, speak it into existence. Let the words that you are ready to plant your seed of abundance and manifest your vision be your commitment to yourself. Your action is your magic, and your courage is the sunlight that makes the impossible grow. Leo, if you've made it to this point, let me take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for staying, for listening with an open heart, and for allowing yourself to feel the power moving beneath the surface of these words. Nothing we've explored together today is random. Every message, every image, every revelation was meant to meet you right here, right now. And if a part of your soul is still trembling with emotion or hope, that's not weakness, that's awakening. You are not here by accident. You are here because something within you already knows that your life is shifting, that the season of waiting in the wings is ending, and that the hands that once felt tied are now ready to create. But receiving is a choice, and so is healing, so is rising, so is becoming. You've heard today that abundance is rushing in, that karma is returning, that you're being positioned for a triumph. And maybe a part of you is still asking, can this really be for me? Could this be the moment everything turns? My answer is simple yes, but only if you allow it. Only if you participate in it. Only if you begin to walk in the direction of your own brilliant light. So what would that look like today? Would it mean finally launching the idea you've been perfecting? Would it mean forgiving someone or yourself to release what's been dimming your shine? Would it mean saying yes to an opportunity or opening your heart to the love that's been trying to find you? You don't have to know all the steps. You only have to say yes to the first one. You only have to whisper, I'm ready, and let the energy begin to organize itself around that decision. What has been waiting for you is so much bigger than what you've lost. What's rising up to meet you is a future rooted in alignment, not fear, in clarity, not chaos, in truth, not the versions of yourself you've outgrown. So I invite you to carry this message with you, not just as inspiration, but as activation. Let this be the moment you stepped into your authority. Let this be the moment you remembered that you were never buried, you were planted. And now, the harvest is coming. What would it feel like to finally let yourself believe again? To trust that the good thing isn't too good to be true, it's just finally on time. Can you give yourself permission to receive it? Can you give yourself permission to rise? I want you to reflect on what was said. What was the one sentence or idea in this reading that struck your heart the most? What do you feel ready to claim? What part of your soul has finally roared? And if you feel this message resonated, help it find others. Share this with someone you love, someone who may be silently waiting for the confirmation you just received. And if your heart is still holding space for a final ritual, close your eyes. Place your hand over your chest. Take one deep breath and whisper to yourself that you welcome your blessing, that you are ready for your abundance to overflow. Let today be the day you stopped shrinking and started shining. The day you turned toward the light and remembered it was always within you.